But your mom tells me one thing. She tells me that you have been searching for her since the moment she left this world. And your mom says to me, if you look in the mirror, she goes, that's where I am. I'm right with you. I'm gonna go over to Maria DiPietro. I apologize. That's how you know you're in Rhode Island too long with too many Italian last names. And you want to say DiPietro.
It's Di Pietro.
DiPietro. Where are you from?
I'm in Melbourne, Australia, but originally I was born in Manhattan.
Oh, great. It's funny because I don't hear the New York accent yet.
No, it's gone.
Now, how come I'm born in Rhode Island, but I have a little bit of New York accent? How does that happen here?
I moved when I was 13 years old, so I'm a lot older than that now.
Well, first of all, I have a couple different souls that are here and with you. And first of all, did your mother pass? Because she's right behind you, and she was the one who was pulling me over. And this is why I love doing it this way. Because I saw your mom behind you, and she was so cute when I'm connecting with her because she's so high energy on the other side.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you something. Your mother was also a tough cookie here in this world because she kept saying to me, Matt, and she wasn't even saying Matt. I gotta use her words. She was calling me young man. She was like, young man, I have to come through. Young man, over here, gonna speak to my daughter. She tells me.
Yeah.
And you know what? First of all, I have to let you know that your mom is the one that's watching over you every day. And she says to me, Matt, can you tell her that I've been sending her dreams? So when you've been feeling your mom in your dreams, that's real. But also, your mom wants to tell you not to feel like you were ever distanced from her in your life. She says, because we were best friends here in this world.
It's true.
She says, and we did everything with one another. She goes, but Matt, she goes, I don't know what's wrong with my daughter. She goes, sometimes she still thinks that she didn't do enough for me, that she could have done more for me. And your mother goes, are you crazy? Just like that. She goes, are you crazy? She goes, you tell her. She says that the moment that I was sick, your world stopped for me. And your mom wants to thank you for everything that you did for her. Because I gotta be honest with you, your mom tells me that you were the one who encouraged her to go to doctors. You were the one that brought her to her doctors. You sat on the side of her. She shows me you taking notes. She says, and if it wasn't for you, she says, I wouldn't have lived as long as I did. She says, because I had you with me every single step of the way. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
This is so sad. Your mom tells me that before she died, there were issues with her legs. And your mom tells me that one of the best memories that she had of you here in this world was you and her going on walks. You used to go on walks here in this world and used to just talk with one another and just and just, you know, walk around the neighborhood and walk different places. Do you understand that? Yeah. And you know, your mom says to me, she goes, Matt, she goes, I never realized how precious those walks were until I couldn't walk anymore. And then she goes, that's when I really knew that I was passing, that I was going to the other side. But I gotta tell you something. Your mom says to me, Matt, she goes, I gotta be honest. She goes, I kind of felt like a burden. She goes, because before I died, she goes, I relied on my daughter for everything. And she talks about, and wait a minute, did she live with you at the time? Did you live with her?
Yes. I was 17 when my mum died. She was 37 years old.
Okay. So know that this is her way of acknowledging when I'm speaking to her, that she needs you to know, okay, now it all makes sense. Because your mom was telling me at the time that you go back and you say, oh my God, you know, I wish that I would have spent more time. I wish I didn't go to the school dance, or I wish I didn't do this, or I wish I wasn't with my friends.
Yeah.
That's what your mom doesn't want you to think of. You know, she says to me when I'm connecting, because listen, sometimes we go back and we think, oh my God, I wish that I didn't take this for granted. I wish I didn't take that for granted. Your mom says to me, you were so young. How did you even know what to expect or know what to think about? But your mom tells me one thing. She tells me that you have been searching for her since the moment she left this world. And your mom says to me, if you look in the mirror, she goes, that's where I am. I'm right with you. She says, and watching you get older, even though you're older than her right now when she passed, she says to me, I'm looking at you. She goes, and I'm going to myself, oh my God. She's using Italian words when I'm connecting with her, which is funny. She's going to me, I'm looking at her and I'm saying, Madon, wow, we would have looked the same. She goes, so you're looking back on pictures of me, and your mother's telling me that she's looking down on you from heaven saying, oh my God, that's what I would have looked like if I got older. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Letting you know that every single day you look like her, you resemble her, and you're another version of her. She says, but not only that, your mom wants to thank you for how strong you were. Because I'm going to be honest. Can I be very honest with you?
Yeah.
Your mom knows about what happened with you and your dad after she died. And I know that's not what you want to hear. She says, because Matt, she says, there were so many issues between her and her father. And I got to tell you something. Your mom says to me, don't hold on to the blame for that. She says, because Your father was supposed to make you his center. He was supposed to take care of you. But instead, many times you were left fending for yourself.
Yeah.
And you went through such emotional trauma because of that.
True.
And your mom says to me, I'm sorry.
Not her fault.
She says to me, I've seen everything in heaven. She says, and what happened when I passed away was never supposed to happen, because your mom talked to other family members and asked other family members, please watch over her. What?
She did. Yes.
How do you know about this?
Because they told me. The other people told me that my mum did that, and I never knew.
She tells me this was a secret. She tells me on her deathbed, she told these people, you need to watch over her. You need to keep an eye on her.
Yes.
Please
true.
take care of her for me. Your mom says, when I left this world, she says, I knew that you were being taken care of. But still this sticks with you. She tells me that you used to run home from school and be worried because you didn't know if your mom was alive or if she had passed away.
Very true.
She says, so thank you for everything that you did in my life. Now, did your father also depart?
Yes.
Because your mom just pulled over this man and said to him, he needs to speak.
He did.
She didn't say that was your father. She goes, he needs to speak. And your father just said to me, looking back on everything that happens within your life, he says, can you just let her know that I'm sorry? He wants to let you know that he's watching over you on the other side, that he sees everything that had happened, and more importantly, that he is now okay.
That's good.
But more importantly, he wants to thank you for the way that you made up with him before he had passed on.
I did.
He says, you came in, we talked. He says, and thank you for giving me that opportunity. He wants to let you know that he loves you. They're both watching over you, and they are safe and at peace.
Oh, thank you.
I really hope that this helps you today.
It did a lot. Thank you so much.